Hey there, I've got 5 good reasons why you need to start planning your year of promotions and doing it now. Let's get busy for Biz Tip Tuesday. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. And today is Biz Tip Tuesdays, where we come inside of the Content Creation Tips and More Facebook group and on my Keep It Simple Coach Facebook business page and inside of our YouTube channel to bring you tips, tricks, tools, and strategies that are going to help you using content marketing methods to grow your business, no matter if you're just starting out or if you are been running your business for a while, but hey, everybody has room for improvement. So today we're going to be focusing on a critical topic now that has to do with simply planning. And I know some people look at it and you're like, oh my God, plan, plan, plan. But, as the saying goes, if you don't have a roadmap, then any road will take you there. And so when you don't have a plan, you'll end up with anything. And I don't know about you, but I don't want anything. You want something to be attainable that you can reach and that you can help to grow your business. And so today we're going to be looking at what are the 5 reasons, at least that I found, that can really help so that you should start to plan and doing a year-long promotional plan now, and how that's going to help you to be more strategic as you move into a new year. Now, this applies no matter if it's beginning of the year, mid-year. Planning is planning, but of course, planning out and far enough in advance is where the advantages really are. So I want to share with you what I found to be my 5 reasons why I feel, maybe you might want to give this some consideration. So let's get started with reason number 1. So the first thing is when we think about planning in general, right? I want to ask a question. Do you use regular promotions and events, sales in your business? And if you do, well, how far in advance do you typically plan them out? Do you start planning maybe a couple weeks out, maybe even a couple of months? But have you ever really considered how you may be able to schedule a full year out in advance and get ahead of the game? Now, I know for some people, they might look at this and say, that's kind of a strange idea, but actually it's kind of an effective way that you can really achieve some of your business goals and doing that through promotions. And so it's not a hard thing for you to do. It is, in fact, when you're planning in advance that far out, it really is going to allow you to have a much broader picture and that you're going to be able to run your promotions more strategically. So over the years, I found this to be true. Yeah, I was there with you wherever you are. I started maybe, okay, next week I'll run a promotion. And then it got to, well, next month I'll run a promotion. Then it was like, next quarter I can start planning out my promotions. And then after having some conversations with my coach and working with some other colleagues, they've shared that, yeah, working and broadening out your window of time planning wise and taking it out from a larger kind of lens, then there is advantages that's going to help you to run those strategic promotions a lot more smoothly. And it's also going to give you more room to make changes when you have know enough information, which I'll share with you in a little bit. So here are my 5 reasons. So reason number 1 is boosting revenue. So the main reason why businesses actually run promotions is to boost revenue. It's not like they're doing it as an everyday thing. Yes, you go to your supermarket, there's always a promotion, right? But not everything is a promotion in the grocery store, right? You see the sales and the signs on things, and they're doing that even strategically. So watch as other people are doing this. But the main reason is to boost revenues. So if you're offering a customer a really great deal on a really great value that you're bringing to the table, you're going to see more sales. And so promotions are going to offer you a way to do something in a very limited window of time, because that's the whole deal about promotions, right? Like where I live, we have a grocery store and they run their promotions, go live every Thursday to Wednesday, and then it changes. So they're doing something very weekly and very routinely, right? But then there's other things that only just things once a month. And I'll get my little coupon and they'll tell me when I can use it, right? And so those are things that they're doing because they are creating this sense of urgency, if you will, that's going to push people to buy. And that's one of the benefits of that. So one effective strategy that you can use is to offer promos during the times of year when you see a sales slump. So what will that mean for you? That means that you have to dig out your revenues and your income sheets out of your booking systems, and you need to start looking at your data so that you can determine where were those low moments inside of the year, and those are going to be those key areas where you feel that you might want to run those promotions, where there are other times a year, just out of the nature of either where you live, if you're local and you're a local service provider, right? Or in your products, maybe your products have some type of use that is more ideal during certain times of the year, like than others. And so they're going to lend itself to peaks and valleys, if you would. And so when you're looking at it from that standpoint, you want to be able to offer those types of promos to boost your sales during those periods when you're low, where you can make up for those revenues. Make sense? And so this is going to allow you also to make sure that your earnings remain kind of even keel, if you would, over the course of the year, rather than having this kind of lull moment. Right? So those are the things you want to be thinking of. In fact, when I worked with one of my clients, that was one of the strategies. Like, what are we going to do? Because she knew, looking at her past data, that there were times in the year where she knew that people are traveling, so they're not staying home as much. So there's more excuses for them not to come back and do things. So we knew we needed to run promotions, and we needed to do them during those windows of time. So those are where you want to kind of make up for those lows. Now, a key earnings are more than just with the promotions, but it's also going to allow you to offer them at times that are relevant to your customers, right? So there's another key element to that. So that means, of course, there are holiday and events, right, that they're going to celebrate, and there's events that they attend. And so the secret to that success is that you want to be able to offer really good value to those instances where those holidays and those events are going to be coming up. It shouldn't just be a reduced price, right? We're not talking about putting out a coupon discount code here. We're talking about something that's going to benefit the customer. Yeah, coupons will do that, but you want to give them something of significance and add value to them at the same time, so that way it's going to make it more substantial for you and for them. And this is why it's going to be really important that you're planning your year-long calendar of promotions in advance. All right, so let me put that. All right, so now that's reason number one. Reason number two is how is it you can attract and retain your customers. Now, in this particular case, we're talking about you can use your promos to attract new customers and retain existing ones, which is going to allow you to advertise your deals maybe broadly across all the different social media platforms that you're active in, and or other marketing channels. Maybe it's doing Groupons, maybe it's doing a promo on someone else's podcast, or doing maybe a part of a bundle, right? And then you'll start to see those increase in first-time buyers when you're doing those kind of broad type of marketing strategies. Whereas they're going to experience the benefit in doing something like that at a broad level is that they're going to experience the value that you're going to be able to offer to them firsthand. And then at the same time, then you can count on selling to them even more down the road. Now, for some businesses, they use promotions to strengthen relationships with existing customers. So remember, you always have this fine balance between, I got to get new prospects and customers coming in the door, and then I want to also make sure that I'm taking care of my loyal people as well. So you can offer deals to the people who have already made purchases from you as a way of saying, hey, thanks for being a customer, and rewarding them for that type of loyalty. Anytime you can get a return customer after the first one, it's a huge win. And so, what are you doing to make sure that that's happening and taking advantage of it at the same time? And so, you can use both of them to kind of bring back those types of strategies to kind of bring back your customers who maybe haven't purchased in a while. Again, you gotta look at your data. Now, before you decide on the exact promotions that you're going to want to run, you also need to make sure that how do you need to um, reach the goal for each one of those promotions. And that's something that we talk about a little bit later when we're in the planning stages. So you can then plan for specifically for the offer depending on that particular objectives. So if you want new customers, and you might want to run maybe a promotion that's maybe for a flagship product. That's something that's really going to be kind of like the key kind of connector that's going to benefit them the most and bring in that new business. Whereas if you wanted to retain the current customers that you have, then you might want to offer them maybe something that's very exclusive that only to those who've bought something in the past, they're going to have access to, and not the newbies, right? So those are reasons why attracting and retaining customers is another advantage. I'm doing this planning out in advance. Now, the next one is number 3, and that is drive awareness to your brand. Now, this is something that you should be doing on an ongoing basis. However, in addition to growing your customer base and boosting your sales, your promotions can also help you to establish your brand in the marketplace. So brand awareness allows the public to kind of understand who you are, what is that unique proposition at value that you can offer to them. And then you can market then when you market, you'll have the right idea for the business. And then you'll be able to see your sales and higher customer satisfaction at the same time when you understand of just being able to keep putting your brand out there into the marketplace. Now, there are many ways that you're going to be able to drive that awareness through your promotions themselves. For example, oftentimes, and this is how many of us start, is you're offering them maybe something for free. It could be a free consultation. It could be a free checklist. It could be an ebook. It could be a mini course, right? But it's something that could be free content that's going to help people to solve a problem they're facing. So news alert. The whole point of you being in business is that you're solving someone else's problem, and that you have a skill and a talent to do that, or a product that's going to help them get over the hump wherever they're trying to do and achieve. And so the way that you do that is you have to be able to demonstrate that you have that skill set, or you have the information and the expertise, and using those free resources, or i.e. lead magnets, are going to allow you to put that offer in front of them, so that by offering that content for free, it's highlighting to your intended audience and those customers that you have the expertise for solving that problem in your particular area of expertise. So that, my friends, is reason number 3. Now, reason number 4, hey, increase customer satisfaction. Now, promotions can increase customer satisfactions by providing what customers with what they need, exactly with what they want. So you kind of have, again, that kind of balance of providing customers with what they need exactly when they need it. That's the real gem right there. So for example, the holidays, those are always easy ones to kind of think through, since we're in this time, as of this recording, we're in the holiday season right now. So when the holidays roll around, then everyone's looking for ways that they're going to be able to save products they may have had on their wish list, right? So remember, everybody's not going to buy the first time they see your offer. Or ad or whatever it is. They're just not. But they may say, but I kind of like it. I just can't get it right now. Or maybe even if they're on your list and they didn't do that take that up offer that you offered some time ago, you might be able to circle back because maybe they have you on their wish list and you don't even know it. And now that's that kind of bringing those people back in that you can now say, hey, I know that you, because you're looking at your data, that you didn't take up the offer at the time. We're circling back around the bend, and now we're putting this offer back out there. And since you were on our list and you maybe came to the webinar, but you didn't take up the offer, here's a deal. So you can create a sale with the right timing during the holiday season that's going to provide your customers just what they were looking for because they kind of wanted to, but they didn't. So there's that opportunity to kind of give them the opportunity to say, now you could be willing and give themselves permission, if you would, to treat themselves and help themselves with the resource that you had to offer in the form of a service or a product. You can also give your customers more options. When your yearly promotional calendar includes a variety of offers at different price points, that's another way that you're able to provide your buyers with ways that they can enjoy the value of your products while also giving them the delight in knowing that they're saving some money. So it's always going to be good that when you're looking at your pricing and you're looking at your services and your products, are you tiering them in such a way that there's an entry point for different people for where they are right now in the moment of their need? Right? There's going to be people who might only need a little bit just because they're testing the one and they don't know what they don't know. Whereas there's people who might say, you know what, I know this is what I need it right now, and I'm going to come in, and that might be in my tier 3 level type of a product and pricing, right? And so everything is relevant. And so you want to make sure that you have different tiers of services that you're able to offer to a variety of customers, even though you have a target audience, right? And you've identified who they are. It's still going to be important that even inside that target audience, there's tiering because everybody is not ready to step right into a high ticket offer, not 100%. So you've got to then be ready to layer your sales and be able to provide them with something. So again, they can see that I'm getting good value. I'm also saving a little bit of money and I'm moving closer towards solving my problem. Now, if you want to keep your customers happy and having them come back for more, then you do need to understand them as well. And you need to be able to then understand what their needs are and then understand when they need it. So again, checking your data routinely is going to help you to do that. So it's pay special close attention to the problems and the issues they are facing. And you want to try to gain understanding and paying close attention to those problems and those issues that they're having. So, conducting either direct or indirect research. Maybe putting a question in a poll in a group. If you're in a community and you want to kind of say, hey, if you're this type of a person, what type of struggles are you dealing with? Those types of things. Versus if you already have people on the list, then you can maybe call up a couple directly and it's like, hey, I noticed you didn't do this, or you participated in this particular event, or you took this offer. And so I'd like to maybe know a little bit more about why you chose it or why you didn't choose it. And so that's going to help you think about how you can structure offers for later down the line when you're using that type of data. So if you want to really consider how you're going to be able to create your opportunities for marketing, is ways in which you can get that feedback from your customers or even prospects for that matter. So use these items to get the feedback to plan your promotions and also to put offers together. All righty. Reason number 5 is creating the right promo for the right time. Again, when you pull out far enough in advance, a full year, you're really taking advantage of how things are looking. And of course, you can always make adjustments, but knowing that there's a good time and a right time to making the offers happen are going to be really advantageous for you. So designing your promotions in advance is going to allow you to create the most powerful, effective, and the most timely, right, promotions with the least amount of pressures that you may have as possible. So with the understanding of where your audience's needs are, and you're looking at your annual sales records, you have a better chance to plan strategically and to generate offers that are going to guarantee to be more profitable than just having those continued low moments, if you would. And so the best thing of all is that you won't be stuck at the last minute trying to having to pull something together. You never want to be shooting from the hip. I've been there. I shot from the hip many a times, and I try each and every year to do better and to plan better. And so while I may have been doing things, maybe weeks and months in advance, I'm really looking forward to how moving in a more strategic way and helping you plan a year out in advance is really going to allow you to be more effective in your marketing strategies. So this is also going to give you plenty of time, months ahead, for each promoter to get ready. There's more that you're going to have to do because of the marketplace, and there's more competition out there. So you want to be able to have a far enough window of time to do content marketing, to get your content out there inside of SEOs and your search engines, and things are rolling and pushing along, and you're able to start to build the traffic that you want. If it's at your website, if you're participating in a podcast, those individuals themselves, they're planning far enough in advance. So you want to be able to say, okay, here are the things that I'm really good at. Here are the things that I feel as though I have products and services for that I want to be able to offer. And here's the times and the years. And then when you know that, then you have the opportunity to reach out to doing partnerships and doing strategies and connecting with other people and participating in other types of promotional events, not only your own, but even partnering with other people, because you can say, okay, this is in alignment what I'm doing. Or as you are finding out more and making those connections with other people, they have things that they're doing on a routine basis. For instance, I this past year, in participating in a bundle, I know that they do this bundle in August, and then they are, but they plan so far out in advance to even hit, generate, setting it all off to go, that I have to be able to say, okay, well, if I want to participate in this again, I have to look at, okay, well, what am I wanting to do in order to align in my promotional calendars? What promos will be great to work inside of this one, so I'm not working so hard. So those are the other reasons why, if you have a big enough picture, you're able to take advantage of participating in these other ventures and getting your name out there and getting that brand awareness out there. And everything is not going to be just inside of social media. So if social media has been the only means that you've been doing, I got news for you. It's not enough. It's just not. You can still do direct marketing. You still have guerrilla marketing. You still have social media marketing. You have content marketing. You have digital marketing and ads. And that's the other thing too, is that when you understand at a broader level and far enough out, you can say, here are all the things that I want to be able to know and do. And you've got to be able to give yourself the time and be able to set a vision out there. And then, of course, be able to set some goals, which is part of our next step in the process. So there you go. We've got then the 5 reasons why you need to start planning your promotions for the year and not just a week or a month out. And so in the upcoming sessions, I'm going to share with you goal setting strategies that are going to help you in reaching those particular sales objectives, as well as the planning methods that are going to help you to reach and have a better set of strategies in front of you so that you can promote your business more effectively and, hey, make some more moolah at the same time. So this is Dr. Yam. I am your Keep It Simple coach. You can always visit me over at keepitsimplecoach.info. It's my website and blog. If you haven't already done so, head on over to Content Creation Tips and More Facebook group. It's our community of solopreneurs, freelancers, and coaches. And just head on over to smallbizsociety.com, and over is where you'll find us. Just answer 3 simple questions, and our team will be ready and willing to help you join right in. And this is where you'll also find the recording of this particular session. Now, if you haven't started designing a new business, and maybe a side gig is the best way to do so while you are working a full-time gig, then head on over to the Busy 9 to 5ers Hive. that is for my aspiring entrepreneurs who want to start a side gig, need an escape route, and I give them the tools and the resources to do so. And also know that I have lots of tools over on my website under resources, the tools that I use every day in operating my business, and also I use with my clients as well. Until next time, this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. Let's get busy. Bye-bye.